What's going on? What's up? Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. What's up? And welcome back to another episode of the Late Night Show, Dr. Kojo. I'm your host, Dr. Kojo, of course. And we have a very special topic tonight. I always say we have a special topic because every night we have a special topic. But tonight we're going to be talking about prioritizing your mental health and what does that look like. And I have a couple of things that I want to talk about on my end, right? But I want to hear from you all, right? So this is going to be a good conversation. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me know where you all are checking in from, and I can't wait to get going. Let's get it. Cassandra, what's up? Thank you so much, Cassandra. I appreciate you. Shout out to James, the first comment from Facebook. I give James a love of the show. Thank you so much, James. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one. Angela, I'm happy I can help your daughter. I appreciate that. Savannah, Georgia. Okay. I used to go to Savannah a lot. My ex-girlfriend used to work at a hospital there, and that's about enough information that you all get about my personal life. British Columbia, Canada, check it out. San Diego, check it out. Washington State. Everybody from San Diego. Shout out to 619. Megan, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Megan. Let me see. Laisha, I appreciate that. Chicago in the house. Georgia in the house. Philadelphia in the house. Savannah in the house. Quebec. Australia. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much. Net AP. Thank you so much. I'm not sure how to see where people are from on Facebook. I can see the ages and the sex of somebody, but to know like their actual location, I don't know how to do that yet. I need to talk to my team and figure that out. But it's nice to know that I have people checking in from Australia. Shout out, Nat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. BA Town, Texas, Milwaukee in the house. Somebody keeps saying you so fine. I appreciate you. Thank you. Indiana, Macon, Kiss Me, Missouri, Yuma, Arizona, Kansas, St. Louis, Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania. God bless you from East Tennessee. Okay, a lot of love from Tennessee. Oh, I'm excited to get into the topic tonight. Nat, thank you so much. Nat, I have a question. What time is it right now in Australia? Because it's 6:45 p.m. in California. So what time is it in Australia right now? And I like the Australian accent. Australia. All right, I'm not going to try and butcher it, but I really like the Australian accent. Colorado Springs, Angelica, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. ADHD and depression. Okay, that's right up my alley. I feel like I'm the perfect person to advocate. Well, I'm one of the people who can really help to advocate for those two conditions. Awesome. Louisiana 845. All right, guys, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about prioritizing your mental health. What does that look like? And for me, let me move the screen here. I like it better out here. Yeah, there we go. All right. So when it comes to prioritizing your mental health, there's a fine line between being full out selfish, right? And then prioritizing your mental health. But it's funny because, I was talking to my younger brother today. He is 20 years old. He's born 2001. Yeah, he's 20, right? So he was telling me about how it's tax season and he does not know how to do his taxes, right? He was calling and he thought that like when you buy something from the store, right, and there's some tax, he thought that goes into like the taxes that you pay or the money that you get back every year. And it got me thinking, I'm like, what do they teach these kids in school? And I'm not trying to say anything about the educational system, right? But I mean, there's a lot of parts that are good, right? But what are we teaching the kids, right? The kids should be learning how to do their taxes, right? Kids should be learning about self-love. Kids should be learning about prioritizing your mental health. Kids should be learning about not caring about people's opinions. And I realized that, when it comes to prioritizing your mental health, nobody talks about this stuff, right? So you really don't know until, unfortunately, you find yourself in a situation where your mental health is suffering and you're forced to kind of put boundaries up, so I think we have to talk more and more about prioritizing your mental health. And let me get some feedback from you all and see what prioritizing your mental health looks like for y'all. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about how it is for me. Let me see. Ellie, wow, thank you so much, Ellie. I really appreciate that. Leisha says prioritizing mental health means self-love, means life, self-love, embracing not too strong traits and making the best version of yourself. Leisha, I love that. I love that. I really, really like that. I think you can there's a way to prioritize yourself that puts you in the best position to take care of other people, right? And when you spin it like that, it's going to be helpful for people who are like, oh no, I have to take care of other people, or I'm selfless, or I'm an empath. I mean, whatever you, however you describe yourself, I think it's important to show that taking care of yourself is like the first prerequisite to helping out other people. So it's very important to talk about this. Hey, shout out to Hatcher. Hatcher. Oh, Hatcher, how are you doing? I miss you and I love you. It's been a long time. This is my old coworker back in Augusta, Georgia. Setting boundaries is a good way to prioritize yourself. Man, that just made me feel so good seeing Hatcher's comment in here. Hatcher, I hope you all are doing great. I miss, and I love all of y'all. Ooh, my back. I miss y'all back in Augusta, Georgia. I hope y'all taking good care of the patients at the hospital, and I know we used to work the night shift together. We used to make sure that the patients were taken care of. We used to give them snacks. Good times, really good times. Uh, Someone says, time for a creative outlet. I paint rocks that I give as gifts or hide in the community. Oh, Jessica, I like this. This is dope. This is super dope. And you have to have time to do the things that you enjoy doing. And for me, I can tell when I'm about to start. I can tell when I'm getting to the point where I'm questioning whether I'm burnt out, when I'm not able to do things that I enjoy, right? So during the fall, I like to watch my football, right? So if I'm not watching the Titans on Sunday, then it's like, all right, like what's going on? Like I always watch the game, right? Maybe if I'm overworked or stressed, then it's time to sit back and be like, okay, what's going on here? Like we really need to get this thing together. Let me see. I struggle with this with 3 kids and being a teacher. I'm constantly drained. Like right now, I'm so exhausted and still trying to get my youngest shower to bed. Michelle Martinez, yeah, it's tough, especially when you have for women, right? When you have responsibilities within the house, right, and also like having a professional job, it can be really hard. And like I would tell my patients, right, if you can make like, or if I can help to make like a 10% increase in the quality of your life, I think I'm doing a pretty good job, right? Amanda says self care, acknowledgement of boundaries, and hurt being valid. List helps so much. Goals, vision board. I like that. Rachel gets the love of the show. It means realizing that there is no shame in accepting help. Rachel, I love that. You have to understand this, because for me, I mean, I need a lot of help to pull this off, right? Even just the social media aspect. It's like 5 or 6 people who help, keep this train rolling. So you have to be humble, and learn how to accept help. And also you have to be, if you can, right, being able to accept help is a sign of strength. And I always tell people that they can feel a little bit more comfortable each and every day. Uh, Taking yourself with a grain of salt, and yeah, Omnastasia. That's a pretty name. Yeah, loving yourself anyway. Literally, you have to do that. You can have a bad day. Like, nope, I'm still gonna love myself. I'm not gonna let the negative thoughts take over. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not gonna let that happen. Right? You definitely have to say that. Michelle, thank you so much. And look, this is the cool thing about getting to do this, right? Getting to do this show and make the videos and go on live. Like I really do think about this, right? With every single video I make, right? Like I made a video today about panic disorder, and I don't think I've talked a lot about anxiety. Oh, I have, right? But when I talk about anxiety, like online, right, and I make the little short videos with the dancing, I talked about anxiety more so in the context of like ADHD or maybe anxiety and depression, but I never really specified when you got to like panic disorder or GAD and things like that. And it got me thinking, you know, even without me being so specific, people are still like, getting some education and getting some entertainment. I think that's pretty dope. And I'm just happy I get to do this. Like I said, it's a blessing for me to be able to make these videos for you and go live. And maybe this is something that you watch every day from Monday to Thursday, and it helps you as you're taking care of life. So I mean, for you to accept me and have me as part of your routine. It means a lot. So Michelle and anybody who feels this way, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Giving yourself a break and realizing there's some things yeah, April, you have to give yourself a break. You've got to. And what I've realized is that with your body, right, there's times when you might just be going, but at some point when your body wants to shut down, like you might just shut down. Like you might be out of energy, kind of like a car. Once you hit like 20 miles to empty, right? I drive a Toyota Camry, so it's a 2014 or 13. Either way, right? Kind of new Camry. It's a decent car, right? But when my car says that I have like 8 miles left, until empty, I've never really pushed it, and I don't want to push it, but I'm like, this is a fairly good car. I got like maybe 150,000 miles on it. So I tell myself, all right, if I really had to push it, right, I could probably drive my car. Let's say I have 8 miles to empty. I could probably get down to zero, and I could probably push it for 5 to 10 more miles, maybe. I'll never try it, right? And here in LA, I don't want to get stuck on the highway in LA traffic with no gas. But if I said, all right, I don't care, I want to go from Glendale to Anaheim, right? And I want to just keep pushing, and hopefully I'll get gas in Anaheim, right? Your car is going to run out of gas, so you don't want to push it like that. And if you think of yourself like, as an entity, kind of like in the same way, then you have like signs of, okay, I'm starting to get burnt out. I need to take a break for myself. I need to take a break for myself. And that eventually, if you don't listen, your body will shut down. Um, Figueroa, I appreciate that. I'm happy to help out. I'm happy to help out. And Leah, what's going on? I'm happy I came for your live normalized discussion on ADHD. Yeah, and we talk a lot about ADHD, on this channel. And sometimes just talking about it is helpful, right? And of course, this is no substitute for professional medical services, which I always encourage everybody to go get. But just acknowledging it is a form of self-care, right? Because then you have a safe space to be yourself. So I appreciate that. Oh, Amanda, I like this right here. The airplane warning. Put the air on yourself before. Yeah. That's a good one right there. That's a good one right there. That's a good one right there. Let me see. I think self-care also includes finding your crew that can allow you to have time to recover. People who you can call, who will jump and be at your side to take care of your kids, help cook dinner, or just listen. Build your team. Ooh, Angela. Let me give Angela Webb a love of the show. Angela, this right here, I feel like I've referred to this before in my lives, but like you have to build your team, and for me, right? The topic tonight is prioritizing your mental health. For me, it's all about building a team, right? Like I have my primary assistant who organizes everything for me in the morning. I got another assistant who would help out with the patients. I'll have another assistant who would help out with social media. And I'll have my publicist. Then I'll have my graphic designer, right? Then I have my family members who help out. Then I have friends who help out, right? Then I have a housekeeper who helps out, right? And all these, I moved to California. I need to find me a therapist, right? Therapists need therapists too, right? So you take all these, moving parts and you have a team. And once you have a team, then you're equipped to do anything, So prioritizing my mental health means that I need all these people in place, right? And without even one of those people, right? The bus doesn't move as smoothly as it should. So I like that. Building your team. I really, really like that. I like that, Angela. I like that. Let me see. Uh, Prioritize mental health means taking medications, getting plenty of sleep, and who said sleep right there? Paige. I mean, sleep. My goodness, sleep is so important, and sometimes I feel like a hypocrite because I know the downside to I don't want to say success or anything like that, but I mean, how do I say this? Like me being able to do what I've done, right? Of course, with the grace of God, with a supportive, group of people, and with a lot of lucky breaks, right? Even though I had a lot of help, the bad thing is that at least in grad school, I figured out how to operate on a little sleep. So after you go without like sleep for a while, you tend to kind of, be like you tend to kind of find your way, and you're able to like operate on 4 or 5 hours of sleep, right? Not that you should do that, but maybe you're accustomed to doing that. But sometimes just getting enough sleep is a huge way to prioritize your mental health, right? Sleep is free. We can all get sleep. But of course, some people have to work multiple jobs, and your schedules might be different. But if you're ever able to get consistent sleep, that goes a long, long way. Goes a long way. Not everybody has that privilege. What is Patricia talking about? What is it Patricia talking about? Yes, sleep is underrated. Sleep, you know, a lot of times, like that's something that I would tell my patients all the time. Like, how can we make you feel like 10% better, right? And a lot of times, if your sleep or your appetite is, thrown off, if we can fix one of those two, we're gonna improve your life a lot, right? So sleep, underrated. Very exercising. Who's exercising? Shelby. Exercising is huge. And I tell people, it's good to be able to have some aerobic exercise every day, right? And for those of us who have dogs, I think we have an advantage because you take your dog for a walk and then you get fresh air, you're outside, maybe you're not like lifting heavy weights, but you're outside, you're moving. And I think it's important to do that. And for me personally, exercise is a game changer. I gotta stay in the gym. It's a big part of me maintaining my mental health and setting boundaries, of course. But exercising is huge, and also just going for a walk. Just going for a walk can help to improve outcomes. And I tell people sometimes, you can go for a walk, walk around your neighborhood, the cul-de-sac, wherever you're at. Sound disturbing me when I'm on live, but you can literally go for a walk. And sometimes if you walk like you're in a hurry, it's just like a form of exercise, right? Not everybody likes to go to the gym and throw up weights or be on the treadmill or do the Stairmaster. But walking like you're in a hurry, right? Walking like somebody's flirting with your crush in the distance and you have to go and break them up. That's gonna help you. That's simple. These things that we can all do, right? And let me see. Shelby says people try to minimize the sleep that they think they can get. Yeah, so Shelby, it's funny. I forgot the study, and there was some study where they were looking at, individuals who were at, Ivy League schools who had like a bipolar 2 diagnosis. And it was looking at the fact that the hypomania might help you, right? And that's something that we have to talk about, when we get to the bipolar portion of these lives, right? I should maybe take a week and then we can just break down bipolar disorder or just mania in general. A lot of times people are able to be extremely productive with mania, right? And sometimes people produce their best work while they're manic or hypomanic, right? So to tell that person, hey, you're doing a great job, but can we get like a little bit of sleep here? You might be pulling away from what how like what they do. So it's tough, trying to find a balance, but we know we can't, right? Shortcut sleep. You're gonna need sleep, right? It's just something that we can't avoid. And let me see. Michelle says, me at school speed walking through the halls. Yeah, no. And Rebecca. So let me talk about this right here, and let me give Rebecca a love of the show. Rebecca. So doing something for someone else, it brings a lot of joy, right? And I'm happy Rebecca mentioned this because this is something that helps me out a lot in my personal life. So just by me being on this journey with you all and being able to post this information, it helps me out a lot, right? I think we all need to understand that like we're valued, we're worthy, somebody cares about us. And these are all things that I know and believe to be true, right? But when I can go online and I can, look through the comments, and I mean, there's too many messages to get to, but just looking through the comments, right? Or if I post a picture about my dog and we're talking about dogs and pets, thousands of people are commenting, thousands of people are leaving, likes and sharing it. And the other people will see it and say, hey, do this, do that. I'm talking about maybe getting a second dog. And y'all are in the comments saying, instead of getting a second dog, trying like adopt a dog or foster a dog for a little bit, try and go to the rescue instead of buying these things I didn't know. Like when I got my first dog, I went to the breeder, because I didn't know, not saying anybody's right or wrong. I don't want to get into that, but by having a community of people, right, where I put out like this information for y'all, and I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, going back to when I first started on TikTok, right? So when I put information out, and I want nothing back from you all outside of you all like give me some feedback, let me know if you liked the video, if you hated the video, right? And if you liked it and you want to share it, great. But just getting that connection with you all is done a lot for me. So it brings me so much joy and peace. So if you all are able to do a version of that, maybe by sharing a video of mine or another mental professional, sharing their video to somebody who might need it, that could help to make you feel better. So doing things for other people, Rebecca, I like that. It's a really good way to bring joy. And it's also a way to prioritize your mental health as well, right? And y'all might be confused and you're like, how can I do for others, but then also set boundaries? And then I'm being selfless, but I'm kind of being selfish. We can do all these things simultaneously, right? I do believe we can do them at the same time, right? But there's an order, right? Even let's say you're doing it all like, you're doing all these things in your life right now, right? Yes, you're doing them, but like when you wake up in the morning, right? Like you take care of yourself. Like, you do your ADLs, brush your teeth, take a shower, make sure that you're good first before you can go out into the world and help other people. So I really, really like that. I like that right there. Ooh. Ooh. Should be doing on live, but it's like my neck be all over the place. Ooh, right here. Prioritizing your mental health means it's okay to say no to people. Another love of the show goes to Kendra Mercier. Or is it Mercier or Mercier? I don't know if you're French or I'm guessing here. I may have screwed it up. But either way, Kendra, you gotta say no to people sometimes, right? And it's difficult when you say no for the first time because it's gonna feel like that person might feel like you're attacking them. Like that's what boundaries are. You're saying, hey, it's kind of like the TikTok where it's like, I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first, and not that you should like say no to everything, but we're only like we can only do so much, and for me that's something that not that I struggle with saying no, but I struggle with not like I want to do everything, right? Every cool opportunity that comes my way, I'm like, ooh, I'll tell my assistant, let's hop on that. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go Milwaukee. Let's go New York. Let's do all these filmings. Like I want to do everything, but then I know that I can't realistically do all those things. So we have to say no. Hey, I can't make this opportunity. We're booked out. Blah blah blah. And that's fine. But it's for me, and it could be for you. It's a little hard to tell people who you're close to, right? Especially my friends nowadays, right? Like I had a good friend of mine actually. He asked me to come on Clubhouse, and he said, "Hey, Coder, can you come on Clubhouse and do this mental health talk with us? I think you'd be a great guest for it." I'm like, "Yeah, bro. I mean, look, Mickey Ficky, like that's what I do. Like, put me on, like put me." And then I'm like, "When is it?" Right? And I didn't know when it was. He was like, "Oh, it's this Thursday." I'm like, "Ooh, I can't do this Thursday. Like, I need like at least a couple of weeks heads up." Because life is like there's so many moving parts. I'm booked this Thursday, and then the next Thursday, and I'm out of town the next Thursday, and I don't think he's even gotten back to me yet, and in his mind he might be thinking, oh, I don't know, Kojo's Hollywood now, where he's, and those things are fine. Maybe he'll be hurt for a little bit, but that's still my guy. We're still homies from when we're back in Virginia, kicking it. So it's like, he might be hurt over that, but I have to still say no because I can't overextend myself, right? And that's something that the more you practice your boundaries, you're gonna get better at it. Like playing basketball or playing golf or anything. The more you practice it, you will get better at it. So it's important to keep these things in mind. Let me see. Let me get some more comments in here. Amanda says, "Great live. Gonna try and rest." Amanda, I appreciate you. And if you have to look, if you have to leave this, if you have to leave this live because it's 10 o'clock on the East Coast, right? And you have to prioritize your mental health. I'll be a little sad, right? I'll be a little sad, but I'll be a lot of happy. because I'm like, oh, they put themselves first, and I'm like, okay, Amanda's gonna go and she's gonna get some rest, and then tomorrow on her lunch break, when she has some time, she'll go to her car and she'll finish watching the rest of Dr. Kojo's live because she missed it last night. So yeah, I'm cool with that, man. I'm cool with that. Right here, practicing self-talk because yes, Shelby, this is good for anybody. Positive self-talk, and the funny thing about positive self-talk, I was talking to a friend recently, and I said the things that you tell yourself, right? If you say them out loud, here's the thing. Follow me on this. Saying these things out loud, somebody might confuse you, or they might think that, oh, you're arrogant, right? If you say, I'm confident, I'm capable, I'm really good at this, right? Like if you're good at painting and you're telling yourself, you're one of the best painters here, you're strong, you've gone through a lot and you're resilient. Telling yourself these things are great things, right? But if you say it out loud, people are like, oh, they think that they're the best painter, right? Like why are you a better painter than everybody else? What are the other painters, right? So sometimes the things that you say as positive self-talk are also things that if you said it out loud, it may make you look like you're arrogant. But I'm a huge fan of positive self-talk, right? And of course, there's levels to it, right? This is oversimplification in a sense, but I'm a huge fan of drowning out those negative thoughts with the good attributes of yourself and who you are and things that you can do well, you know. And Amanda Rosales, did you make the Spanish vids? Or actually, Amandala, I do apologize. I did not get your name correct the first time. Amandala, I have not made those Spanish videos yet. What I want to do is I want to reach the Spanish speaking community. I think that's going to be a huge game changer to reach that community. And what I want to do is obviously, like, I'm here. This is coming to you all on Facebook primarily. I know some of y'all are watching on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, right? But this is primarily coming to you all on Facebook. And there's a big problem with misinformation online when it comes to anything, mental health or politics. Like, you want to put out accurate information, right? And for every video that I make, especially when I'm talking about a specific mental health topic, I always make sure that's evidence based. I make sure that I can back it up, so I'm not just misinforming everybody. So when it comes to the Spanish videos, right, I need to make sure I have a translator who's gonna, like, and I can't speak Spanish myself. I can't speak it, so I need to make sure we have all our ducks in a row. We have a good Spanish translator, so probably got to pay them the money that they want, pay them a pretty penny, and I would love to have like a separate page. It'd be Dr. Kojo in Espanol. I think my accent is a little bit iffy, and I'm saying it live, so if y'all laugh, y'all laugh. But Dr. Kojo in Espanol, I think that's how you say it. But I like to have that page, right, where I post all my old content, right, and even my new skits and my old skits. But I want to dub it, right? So if it's like, hey, how are you? It's a como está? Like, I'm not I'm not familiar with the Spanish language like that, but I want to do it accurately. I'm not gonna put up something that's shabby. So it's gonna be official. I'm gonna take that page. I'm gonna pitch it to Facebook. I'm gonna ask them to, like, bless it with the blue check, like the bless this page, and we can work together and we can go and we can help out the Spanish speaking communities, because, like, I live in the United States. I live in California. I live in Los Angeles. So there's a huge Spanish speaking community out here. And I would love to get to that community. I would love to do my best to get to that community. I like the Spanish accent. I'm trying. I took French in high school because my dad can speak French and I want him to help me out. But I was conflicted because I wanted to take Spanish because this girl that I liked was Hispanic. But that's another story for another day. We're getting we're getting sidetracked. And Alexis, we're gonna have a specific live where we talk about borderline personality disorder. If you watch my reels, I've talked about borderline before. Trying to understand it better, trying to learn, comes with such a stigma. So many doctors won't even discuss it. Therapists ensure are unable how to treat DBT. A lot of those things are correct. I think DBT, it can be hard to find a practitioner who is specialized in DBT. And there's so many concepts of DBT that I like myself. I like radical acceptance. That's my favorite component of dialectical behavioral therapy. And we need to have a whole live set aside for borderline personality disorder because, I want to say it's the most widely studied personality disorder, but sometimes I feel like there's so much, like I'm learning every day about borderline, honestly. And the way that it's portrayed in the media, I feel like we have room for improvement. I'll say that. I feel like we got room for improvement. Maria says, I'm Hispanic and I focus on mental health and parenting in Hispanic community. I've actually reached out over email and messaged your team. I know you guys are super busy. Look, collaborate. Well, Maria Martinez, okay, if you reach out via email, then I'll definitely try and flag that email and then figure out how that would work. I can't guarantee anything because this is above my head. My team, my publicist, they'll help me out. But I definitely want to reach that community. And as Latinos, the concept we grew up with so wrong. Most Latinos take mental health. Right. And look, Leisha, I'm from Ghana, West Africa, right? So I know exactly, or I feel like I can relate to people who grew up in environments where mental health wasn't a thing. So now that we know better, we can do better. But growing up, as the child of immigrants who came from West Africa, we didn't talk about like mental health, right? We just kind of had to figure it out on our own. So I would really love to get in there and help out. Christy, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Um, I do not speak Spanish, y'all. I do not. I feel like I can learn. Duolingo. We love you, Arizona. Thank you so much. Love from Arizona. Um, Let me see. When prioritizing yourself, remember to not let your feelings be hurt when others are doing the same thing. We may be saying no to others, but we also have to accept others saying no without. Yeah, it's a two-way street. I completely agree. It's a two-way street. Definitely a two-way street. I love your helpful quotes. Colleen, yeah, and look, when I'm doing the helpful quotes in the morning, like I'm speaking positivity into my day. Like I might not have the most perfect day. And I saw a funny comment on Facebook, either was it this morning or yesterday morning. I saw a comment and somebody was like, um, how are you so happy all the time? Like you live a perfect life. And like I don't live a perfect life at all. Like life is not perfect my way. Like I have things that happen every single day. Like I'm a firefighter. I gotta put out fires every single day. Things that are not good happen and I have to take it and I do my best to reframe the situation to where I can pull some sort of positive out of it. But no, life is not perfect, but I do my best to have that mindset. And of course, I can't say everybody should have that mindset, right? If somebody's struggling with severe depression, I can't say, oh, you should be grateful, right? We have to meet that person where they are and help them out, But for me, like I do a lot of, work to, eliminate those negative thoughts about myself and those ceilings that you place on yourself. I don't want. There's no ceiling that should be on me, and likewise, there should be no self-imposed ceiling, for you all as well. Sarah, sending you love and light. I read your comment. Very sorry to hear that. Um, I'll teach you Spanish. I can try. I can try. Facebook user, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Facebook user. Um, yeah, I definitely felt the taboo in Asian. Yeah, Curvine, that's a nice name. There's a lot of cultures where we didn't talk about this stuff, right? So people are 37 years old, right? Learning how to prioritize themselves and their mental health for the first time. Like people are really grown adults having to figure this out. And now that we know this stuff, right? And now that there's such an emphasis on mental health, it comes to a point where we're like, all right, what are we gonna do, right? I'm still gonna make these videos. I'm still gonna dance. I'm still gonna do the skits. I have a bit of an announcement to make about. Actually, I'll probably make that announcement here on live later on because y'all are on, so I'll probably do that. But it's like, what was I saying? Oh, the taboo that I lost my train of thought. This is ADHD at work. The taboo in the Asian communities, the African communities, and the Hispanic communities, people really never learned about this stuff growing up. So for me, being able to educate and do it in the way that I do, I feel extremely blessed because we're having fun, but we're also making a real difference, and that's something that I didn't realize until later on because I thought it was just like having fun, but people are really learning stuff, and it makes me feel good that people are, finally getting it. Mental health in the workplace. Sarah, let's talk about it right now. How do you prioritize your mental health in the workplace? And for me, I'm a people person. I love hanging out with coworkers and stuff like that. I don't know about love, but I enjoy people, right? But when I'm working in a professional setting, I do my best to keep it focused on the patients, right? We're here at the hospital, or I haven't worked at the hospital in a long time, but you get the point. When I was working at the hospital, it was like we are here for the patients. If we become friends, because we work at the same job, sure, we'll become friends. If we become close, maybe we'll go out for drinks or something like that. But you have to have boundaries. Let your coworkers know I can do this, I can't do that. I struggle with this. I struggle with that. That's what's going to be very helpful. Amanda will be 37 on the 19th. Happy early birthday. Happy early birthday. Uh, and Maria, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Use my sick days. Yes, Michelle. You know what? I don't know how you all's job is set up, but for me, what I didn't have a W-2 job when I was working back in Virginia, but when I had a W-2 job and I had sick days, I would use my sick days. Like I think as we talk more and more about mental health, you might be able to use your sick days, or you might be able to take a mental health day. Right? Sometimes you wake up on a random Wednesday and you just don't have it. You're like, all right, I have nothing today. I got nothing. I don't have it. And that could be a mental health day for you. Let me see. Uh, Summer, I appreciate you. Summer, let's go ahead and take a water break, y'all. Do y'all remember how the water break goes? Y'all remember how it goes? We get the water out. I give y'all 10 seconds to go get your water, right? Go get your water, whatever you're sipping on. If it's something that is for grown folks, you don't have to put it in the chat, but go ahead and get what you're sipping on. Oh dang, what's that called? Let him know. Okay. Yeah, until David. Okay. All right. Everyone wants to hit me up when I'm on live. All right. Does everybody have the water? All right. Jana, got your water? Okay. All right, guys. It's time for a water break. You know what time it is. Cheers. Water break. We're good to go. I quit because of it, manager. Ooh, Sarah, sorry to hear that. And sometimes, some people do have to leave a job for their mental health. And I think I may have actually no, I don't know if I've done that before, but there's no shame in having to leave a situation that's potentially damaging to your mental health. And yet, no, yeah, that was quite the chug. I was thirsty, literally thirsty. And Chiffon James, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I'm looking through the comments. Just want to go ahead and let people know, like, I know, like, people, like, I want my content to be a safe space for everybody, right? But if anybody's in crisis, or there's certain things I can't talk about, or I can't give medical advice, or if there's somebody who's actively in crisis, please seek emergency services, right? I see certain things, but I don't want to bring that to the screen. It could be a safety issue, but maybe I don't talk about it enough. But if anybody is in any type of an emergent situation where you need emergency services, please find the closest ER. For people who are struggling like that, maybe you may not have seen all my content, but I'm rooting for you. I hope you pull through. There's nothing wrong with like feeling, a certain way at a certain point in time, but you want people to know that, okay, there is hope. And, once you go get help, I do believe you can maintain and do better. Right. So if you're not familiar with the program and like, there's certain comments that are in there, I just want to reiterate and let people know that, if there isn't like a situation where you need emergent services, please find the closest ER to you, and just know that people do care for you, and that to seek help is actually a sign of strength. I just want to throw that in there because sometimes, like, you get followers every day, and people might not know. So no, it doesn't hurt to say that. Oh, I did love that. I did love that. It's funny. I just made up that dance today, Christine. All right, so you go like this. You go like that. Then you go like this. Hey. Christina, I appreciate that. I did not know you all would like to dance like that. I had no idea that y'all would take a hold to it like that. That's dope. But and Summer, I appreciate you. Summer, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Um, yes, Kendra, it's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to know that people care about you, right? It's okay to know that things will get better, right? So we have to create that safe space. And I did want to make this announcement before I get off real quick. So I haven't even announced this yet to like what Facebook or IG, but I'm bringing a new series. Well, I'm creating a new series, right? And those of y'all who are on live, you get to see it here first. Let me go ahead and drop the get the actual picture for y'all. Ooh, yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. Emily, what's going on? Mickey Piggy learned two of my dances already. I appreciate that. All right, so guys, check it out. So, uh, starting tomorrow, I'm going to release the first episode, but I'm coming out with like a new, how do I call it? Like a mini series, or it's a series, right? And it's going to be uh, a series of a 15-year-old boy, which is played by me, right? And then the dad, which is played by me, right? And then you're gonna have like a superhero who comes in every now and then, which is played by me, right? And then you have Dr. Kojo, which is played by me, right? But either way, it's called the ADHD Experience, and it's called, the full name is the ADHD Experience Life of Mo, right? So the teenager, his name is Mo. He has ADHD. He's 15, and we're gonna take you through his life behind the scenes, and we're gonna be posting this exclusively on Meta, right? So I know people follow me on different platforms, and I want you to follow me everywhere. But this is gonna be posted exclusively on Meta. So if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you're in luck, right? I got my IG hat on, coincidentally tonight. But if you follow me on any Meta platform, which is those two, you will be able to watch the series. Episode 1 drops tomorrow. I post too many episodes every week. I release them as reels, right? So you get 8 episodes in a month, right? But yeah, so I'm gonna show you all the image right here. Since y'all watching live, might as well show y'all right here. Can y'all see this? Let me see if I can put the camera over it. How does this work? You should be able to make this thing clear. Let's see if we can make it clear. Hey, there we go. There we go. There we go. That's the debut right there. That's the debut. So the ADHD Experience Life of Mo, coming to Meta exclusively tomorrow. That's Facebook and Instagram. So I'm excited for y'all to watch this. This is super dope. This is super tight. I get to show y'all, and before I even posted it to IG and Facebook. So that's what we have coming up. And I'm going to use this series as a way to educate people about ADHD. We'll talk about other mental health conditions as well, depression, anxiety. We'll find a way to weave it in and make it funny. But I want to, try this skit-based, short form video and see who I can reach. And maybe I'll reach a different demographic, or maybe just keep making funny videos for you all because y'all are already following. But I'm excited to do that. Yee! Lepre, what's going on? Shout out. I appreciate that. Thank you, Lepre. I appreciate that. And someone says, Jada, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And yeah, Shelby, I actually have a couple of actors and actresses the majority of them are me, right? But I have some people who there'll be some guest appearances by people that you may or may not know. But I'll keep finding ways to make the content, exciting and special for y'all. So I definitely wanted to say that. So I got a meeting with my publicist in 2 minutes. Okay. All right, y'all. So I do have to head out. But this has been a great episode. You have to figure out how to prioritize your mental health, to set boundaries, to not be afraid to say no, to do the things that you have to do to put yourself in a position to help out other people, right? But that starts with taking care of yourself, right? You got to put yourself first. But being selfish, oversimplification, of course, but being selfish puts you in a position to be selfless, right? But don't take that and run with it. Just know that get yourself right and then help other people. So that's the key for tonight. And I'll see you all tomorrow, same time, and I'll be looking forward to it. So you all take care. Peace.